Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So today, before we get started onto the video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you like it. And if you do subscribe, make sure you turn on post notifications. So in today's video, we will be talking about the tropics, the dry air and the atmosphere, and then the ocean temps for the upcoming storm, and then when will the hurricane season be busy? All right. So the question of the day is, when is the last day of the hurricane season? Just to be easy today, each day will get harder and harder by the hurricane season. So, going on to the next slide, these are all of our named storms right here. We already passed on right now. We have already passed our first storm. We're on the second one now that we could potentially see something in the Gulf of Mexico. Still 20% chance of forming, but as you guys can see, our fourth one is Danny. And then once we get past this W one, we go into Greek alphabets. So we don't do Y, X, Z, those type of anything below after Y. So here's the spaghetti balls, or should I say ensembles. This is on weathernerds.org. As you guys, our main spot is to worry about right here and right here for the future storms. Not right here. We're not worried about these spots right here because that ain't gonna be nothing. But right here, we have a good 20% chance of this storm forming this tropical wave right now, as of right now, what it is, forming in the next 5 days, a 20% chance. And then we go back here to this one on the Pacific side of Mexico. Uh, we're talking about a 50% chance of forming, I believe, in the next 48 hours, maybe 5 days. We have 0% chance of this forming in the next 48 hours, but 20% chance in the next 5 days. So this is around Thursday, 17th. So this is quite a bit out, but you can see we have, if I go back to the last slide, you can see we have a good visual where we might be seeing the storm form. I would say anything in this area, we will see the storm form. But the reason we have a big high as of right now in this area right now, a big high that's going into the parts of Florida right now. So that's going to play nothing into the storm, but still, as you guys go on to the next slide, we see the summals. This is around Thursday, the 17th, 2:40 hour. You see the summals are everywhere. They're everywhere. They're not agreeing or anything as of right now. This is a little bit old. This is from last one run. This is only the Europeans right now. This is the Europeans run. So, and these ensembles mean how many times the computer has been run during that time frame of that model. Like we have the 0Z and then the 12Z for the European. I believe it gets ran 21 times. GFS gets ran 50 times if I'm right. I have to go double check that. But you guys can see it's a big cluster between this storm on the Pacific side and then the Gulf of Mexico. So here is our right here. So this is our where we're gonna see our storm probably forming in this area. So let me read the this text right here. For the North Atlantic Caribbean Sea and the Gulf of Mexico. Number one, an area of low pressure is expected to develop over the southern western Caribbean Sea by Thursday or Friday. Some gradual development will be possible, therefore, as a system moves slowly towards, or I should say, slowly northwestward towards Central America. Then it says formation change through 48 hours low near 0%, and then we go into formation chance through 5 days, so pretty much developing into something, a tropical depression or tropical storm in the next 5 days, low 20% chance. So we still, as we get closer to this 5 day mark, it might be going up. Tomorrow we could probably see it go up to 30%. We're not 100% sure. It could go up 40% tomorrow. We gotta wait just a little bit more. So here's our wind shear in the whole entire thing. as you guys can see, for this storm back here, there's no wind shear. Um, but where this storm is expecting to be forming as of right now, as you guys can see, there's not real wind shear. It is towards is the side of it right here. You guys could tell that we still have some wind shear, but it's not any strong. Really, all the strong wind shear is down here by St. Jan. Um, and then we got some wind shear just right off the coast of Miami, or even the East Coast right there. And then we do have a little teeny wind shear, little heavy pockets in the Gulf of Mexico towards New Orleans and Houston area. So that's the wind shear map right now. All right, so this is our model run for this storm right here. As you guys can see, the GFS and European are not really agreeing with each other, which is typical. You normally see that. So as you guys can see, the GFS does have it kind of forming right here, as right here. But that's gonna be the storm for the Pacific side of the Gulf of Mexico, and this is gonna be this storm right here. But if you guys look over here, the European is not agreeing. Is saying no, it's still gonna be a tropical wave. Going into the June 15th. This is all expected. So then we go to the next. This was actually just recently updated. I actually updated as soon as right before I did this video. As you guys can see, the GFS in this case scenario actually switched up. Same hour. This one's 2:34, but they're same hour because European and GFS are kind of different. But if you look right here, that we can see that European is actually showing better movement of the storm. As you guys can see, we do have rotation in the storm. As you guys can see, I wish I had my marker right now, but you can see this storm is rotating with the wind field like this and going like that. So it's going like this. So it shows some rotation. Unlike the GFS, it's blowing this way, but same wind field over here, but it's blowing like this. And GFS is saying, no, hold up, nothing's forming right now. We're still at that tropical depression stage. This one is kind of saying a good not a tropical storm, a very weak tropical storm. And then the GFS and the European are kind of agreeing with this one back here. But if this does decide to turn into a tropical storm, this storm will be named Bill. So if this does so like I said, we're still 2 weeks out, so we can't say nothing yet. But as we go on the next slide, this is our tropical index, intensity index. So as you can see, the red is favorable, the orange is still favorable, and then we see yellow kind of favorable but unfavorable at the same time. And then, excuse me, the green is highly unfavorable. So you can see the whole entire Atlantic is actually under unfavorable, which a tropical system or tropical depression or even tropical storm will not be able to sustain in this area. So as you guys can see, where we are talking about this bill forming is it's kind of favorable, and then in the highly favorable slash favorable phrase. Same thing down here towards the Bahamas and all that. And then where we, like I said, this is a very hot spot for tropical storms forming at this time of year. Normally this begins to creep up slowly and slowly by time, I say late July, it'll probably be up here um, in the Gulf of Mexico, probably cover up in red. And then we'll start to see red in the Atlantic, or even by the islands over here. By I say at least August, we'll start to see really red forming in front of the African coast too. So as you guys can see, this is our dry air right now. We're not seeing too much dry air in the Gulf of Mexico, even where um, we're talking about where this. We do have a little bit of dry air, but not too strong towards the south of it as of right now. But uh, that's not going to be a problem because that's going to be a little further down the road when this thing starts to kick up and pump up its moisture and all that. So it's going to be in a moist air. But dry air will kill hurricanes or even tropical storms or tropical depressions. They do not like that. They try to get out of that fast scenario. That's why sometimes you guys can see that we had this high that's on the in the middle of the Atlantic right now has building up. That's why we got so much dry air in the Atlantic right now because we have a high right here. So here's the African dust. Nothing really to worry about, but you see our wind fields are like this, and that's where we're getting all that warm air towards the Minnesota, and then Minneapolis, even going to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's because we got wind blowing like this and wind blowing off the Gulf of Mexico. So that's why we're seeing a lot of warm air on the United States right now, which is normal. While it's getting to that summer year time of year, so it's normal to see. So here's our temperatures, water temperatures. So right now, as you guys see, where we're talking about the storm could potentially our tropical depression in the future, near future time. We can see 82 degrees, 82 mainly in here. Mainly, I would say 79 all the way up to 82 degrees. We're talking about in the Gulf of Mexico. Um, so it's a I could see this becoming a tropical depression in the next or seeing something in the next probably week or two. Around the 15th, I could expect that we're gonna see it right in here. If it forms, we're still keeping an eye on it. The models have been kind of pushing it a little bit. We've been tracking it slowly because the models are still pushing it, and as long as the models keep pushing it, we're gonna keep tracking it. Um, Before you know it, it'll be August, July, September. We'll start to see hurricanes in the Atlantic. Right now, it's just not that time of year. We normally don't start seeing stuff in the Atlantic until maybe our really common hot spot is during August or September when we start to see those storms hype up in the Atlantic. But if you guys can see, this is going to be down here is normally our hot spot in June. Actually, earlier I was watching a video. There's a storm from earlier around this time of year, around the 15th. The 7th, it started forming and it went up here and made landfall in the New Orleans area as a tropical storm, a weak tropical storm, which is normal for this time of year to see a little tropical storm pop up in here. Um, so it's nothing to worry about, but like I said, alright guys, so that's going to be a wrap of the video today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you like this video and make sure you share this video with your friends or something like that. Alright guys, so that's going to be the wrap of the video today, so hopefully you enjoyed it.